Hi, my name is Lindsay Hill. I am giving my presentation over the political culture of India. It will begin with the primitive idea of the caste system, where people are born into what they will do and cannot escape it, to colonialism under British rule, where the Indians were slaves in their own country, to the modern era, where we will see the Republic of India as we know it today, with their democratic state. It will be my pleasure to lead you through the evolution of the political cultures of India. The political culture of a country is a set of beliefs or experiences that shapes the way a region identifies a good society. An example close to home is the establishment of the United States of America after the colonies were pushed to rebel against the monarchy. The Indians would rebel against a monarchy, however they would do so peacefully. Before we begin discussing the British occupation of the Indian region, we must first discuss the caste system that ruled. The caste system, originally used by the Indians, is based in their religion. Rooted deep in Hinduism, there are 5 castes: the Brahmins, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, the Sudra, and finally the Dalits. The Brahmins are priests, artists, and teachers, and are the most important members of the society. The Kshatriya are rulers and military elite who protect and own the lands. The Vaishya are farmers who provide the crops for the nation. The Sudra are servants to the previous 3 castes, born into servitude. And lastly, the Dalits are the untouchables, who are freely discriminated against. In Indian society, you are born into your caste and cannot escape it. You are who you are told to be, not unlike a system of our own past. This system is built on racism, with British rule, and after the caste system was outlawed, people were not to practice this barbaric cultural division. Similar, yet again, racism proves difficult to defeat, and there is still caste violence in modern Indian society. In 1858, the region we know to be India was taken over as a colony of the British Empire under the rule of Queen Victoria. Through British rule, the country rallied into a nationalist ideology, pushing towards the goal of independence. It would not be until 1947, with the help of Mahatma Gandhi, that this goal would be realized. Under British rule, or Raj, the government of India would drastically change, forming into a democracy under a 2-parliament house. The first step to attaining this democracy was the Indian Council Act of 1861, when India was given limited control of the ability to pass laws. The British government saw it fit to give the local government these powers because the local government knew what needed to be done to properly aid the country. Whereas the British government could not make timely decisions in order to aid India or solve any problems that arose, because it took a long time for them to receive that information, much less act upon it. The next step was the Government of India Act of 1935. This was a milestone that saw the end of a diarchy control of India, the modeling of a free society, and was the large step towards gaining independence from Britain. The diarchy ended because the Parliament and monarchy no longer had the power to control the country. The free society was formed by the institution of civil rights laws to protect lower castes from higher castes, as well as the institution of a one-person, one-vote system of elections. This large step towards independence is due to the self-governing provisions given to the local government, which poised India on the verge of independence. Throughout both of these acts, however, there was one man that led the movement. In 1915, Mahatma Gandhi returned permanently to India, where he would live out the rest of his life. In 1920, he became the elected leader of the Indian National Congress, a liberal party formed to gain civil rights for all citizens through civil disobedience. Civil disobedience was not an original idea to be credited to Gandhi. Civil disobedience is the process of non-violently and peacefully protesting injustice publicly. This practice was highly effective against the British delegates in India. Under Gandhi's leadership and through civil disobedience, in 1947 India would gain its independence from Britain. Thus the Republic of India was formed under the Constitution of India. The Constitution was adopted in 1949 and went into effect in 1950. This document established not only the country, but also the democratic two-house parliament, criminal codes for punishment, guidance for elections and voting, and equal rights for citizens to further outlaw the caste system. No government had ever been as far-reaching into the society as the Constitution of India would establish. The same organization that Mahatma Gandhi was the head of became the largest and most dominant party in India after the formation of the Republic. Similar to our Democratic Party, the Indian National Congress has a liberal approach to governing. This approach appealed to the population, giving them the platform to rise and stay in power for many years in the young Republic of India. The opposing faction, the Bharatiya Janata Party, became the second largest and longest active party in the history of India. While only active as the Bharatiya Janata Party since 1980, this conservative group made progressively larger steps to gain power. They currently hold a rare majority in the parliament. The Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, is also from this party. This majority is rare because it has been over 30 years since there has been a majority in the government of India. The future of the political culture of India is a very bright one. The Indians have all the tools and knowledge to be able to become a world power, both culturally and economically. The Indians are still making steps towards a casteless society, but as we know here in America, racism is hard to get rid of. The Indian approach to government is one to be appreciated, as all democracy is, and the government is still able to continue to make non-partisan laws, the regulations to protect the civil rights of their citizens, as well as to promote the overall education and prosperity of the population. With the large population density the country possesses, they will be able to make great strides to contribute to the world and to make a positive impact on an international level. Thank you for listening to my presentation on the political culture of India. Once again, my name is Lindsay Hill.